Today, I'm going to be doing the thing that everyone tells you not to do, and that is feed the trolls.
Yep, you heard him right. iDubbbz's highly anticipated response to the trolls, haters, and slop tubers has been released this week. The title, Coming Clean. The irony, of course, being at no point does he come clean about anything in this entire video, and he starts crashing out on all of the people in this thumbnail and more. There's a reason this is a saying, buddy boy. Yeah, I just had to bless you guys with that extra video this week. iDubbbz strategically waited to post his video until I was finished editing my last video, so I had to post the update. You guys can thank me by dripping down in some of the dopest fucking gear you've ever seen in your life. Links in the description. But seriously though, there's honestly a whole lot to cover in this, so let's just get right into it. Okay, so first off, I want to draw your attention to this thumbnail. So we put his boxing coach and his boxing coach's wife in the thumbnail of a video titled Coming Clean. If you're aware of the situation, you might think that, oh, he's gonna come clean and apologize to them, maybe apologize for planning to take 34% of the cut from Creator Clash 3. And if you didn't know, these two went on the H3 podcast earlier this year and basically exposed iDubbbz for a whole slew of things using their first-hand experience with him as evidence. Their names are Michael and Kate, by the way. The primary focus of this interview on the H3 podcast was the fact that Kate was a child bride. The climax of the interview was Kate's very emotional story about what she went through as a child bride. It was because of this interview that I was made aware that apparently in the United States there are still places where this can happen legally due to some like super messed up outdated laws. I would assume this is like tied to religion, but since the interview was so long ago and iDubbbz just now responded, I can't recall exactly. But the point is, Kate is a victim of these completely fucked up laws, and she's been doing a lot of work to lobby to get these laws changed. If I remember correctly, this is the same boxing coach iDubbbz had for Creator Clash 1 and Creator Clash 2. So after training together for all this time, I'm sure there was a bond built, at least to the point where Kate felt comfortable asking iDubbbz and Anisa for some help with lobbying against these laws to get them changed. I just kind of interpreted that she was asking them to like make some posts on their social media, something as simple as that, and they just completely ghosted her.
You yourself were a child bride?
Yes, I'm a child bride survivor. At the age of 12, I was put into a child marriage from the time I was 12 until 23. Within my child marriage, I had 2 kids when I was 15 and 17. And this happened in America. Ian and Anisa are well aware of my story because I've had them at my home. They've seen my kids and everything. Last year, 2024, I learned that there was a House bill in Washington State trying to pass House Bill 1455 to end child marriage. And so when I learned of this bill, I thought to myself, even though it had been 15 years since I escaped my prison, like this is a chance for me to come forward and tell my story. Michael and I went to Olympia in Washington. We met with politicians. We lobbied to support the bill. I gave my public testimony to support the bill. And, you know, I was on Seattle Times and television and everything. And I reached out to Ian and Anisa and I asked them if they could help, you know, share the information because it was really important to me that this bill passed. And they just both left me on red. But guess what? Today, when they saw the highlights on Ian's story that we were going to be on here, Anisa was texting me and Michael, and they were like,
they ignored us when we were like trying to fight child marriage. But then when they found out,
are they pro-child marriage? Begs the question.
Yeah, I also have another question. Why didn't iDubbbz mention this even once in his video? Yeah, believe it or not, he doesn't even mention it, much less apologize. He went a different route.
This stupid fucking loser and his dumb as rocks wife. My rancid boxing coach and his wife, I never spoke to these losers about a bonus. Michael Briggs, on the other hand, absolute fucking creep weirdo. This fucking loser with the beard, they are lying. Why the fuck would I want to spend my time with you? You guys are fucking losers. You're fucking lying. Like, fuck these crooked people.
That's one way to get people back on your side. I'll admit I've never seen the strategy of targeting a victim and going in on them relentlessly to gain sympathy from your viewers. Maybe Ian really hasn't changed much. The main reason he cites for being upset with these people is because he says that they lied about a $5,000 bonus, which is really just a he said, she said part of the argument at this point because neither side provided any evidence. So there's no definitive proof one way or the other, but I will say that I am more inclined to believe Michael and Kate because iDubbbz leaving out the huge part about the child bride situation makes it seem like he's omitting the full truth.
When my rancid boxing coach and his wife decided to go on the H3 podcast as like this mutual exchange of talking shit about Anisa and I in exchange for $5,000, that was sort of under the premise that I owed them some sort of bonus money.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like we were also promised a bonus on CC1 and we never got it. But because Michael was so nice, he didn't want to like make Ian feel uncomfortable and ask Ian and Anisa about it.
And I was always under the assumption that there was no bonus because even though he told me there was a bonus, he then disappeared for 6 months and I never saw him. So I was like, was there a bonus or was there not a bonus?
There was never a bonus. I never spoke to these losers about a bonus.
Yeah, there's really no way for us to determine whether or not there actually ever was a bonus without one of the two parties releasing a contract or receipts of some sort. But to me, it just kind of sounded like iDubbbz accused Ethan of paying $5,000 to Michael and Kate to make up lies about him. And I really don't think that's the case. But I don't have all the information. Only iDubbbz, Michael, and Kate do. And we're never going to find out unless iDubbbz decides to sue them for defamation. Which, if they actually are lying, I feel like that would be a good move on his part. I don't know why he wouldn't, unless he's the one lying. Moving on to the secondary focus of this video, SlopTubers. iDubbbz hates SlopTubers.
Now I'm going to react to a couple of these random creators who have made videos or statements about Anisa and I.
Anisa wants to have sex into having sex with Anisa. I think he wants to bang Anisa. Anisa was horny and wanted to have sex with this therapist while Anisa figured herself to it.
Yep. Do you think that makes her pussy wet?
Buddy, was she getting plowed?
That's what I'm saying.
What we're describing here is two grown men who are fantasizing about a stranger and his wife and what they do in the bedroom.
I had never heard of these Kino Casino guys before this video, which completely supports the point I'm about to make here. But out of the interest of fairness and honesty, I gotta say, I can see iDubbbz's point here, and I don't find the sexual jokes about Anisa to be funny. That being said, these guys are literally just like the physical embodiment of internet trolls, and you can't take this over-the-top stuff too seriously. That's why responding at all is just a mistake. iDubbbz then shifts his crosshairs to close and personal friend of the show, more Pegasus.
Bro, what is going on? Anisa legitimately convinced him his entire being as a person is bad.
Did I once say my entire being is bad? You're allowed to be critical of yourself and the content you're making. Like, what the fuck is this?
Hey, back off my boy. He messaged me back on Instagram once.
Just listen up, all right? Never let your partner actually change you this much. Never let them convince you that you are so bad as a person. Like, everything you do, the way you act, everything you believe is bad. And you must agree to their way of life, everything they do. Obviously,
why do you think that she thinks everything I do is bad? I'm like, man, these people have fucking drank the Kool-Aid to a disgusting degree.
Obviously, if there's legitimate criticism taken into account or whatever, but this is legitimately tragic. He cannot be proud of a single thing he's ever done in his entire life. He just feels guilty about all of it because of Anisa.
Dude, I'm proud of plenty of things. I'm not just gonna go on stream and declare it.
Yeah, Pegasus actually responded to this. I'll let you guys go check out his video for yourself. But just to summarize, Pegasus argues back that yeah, it wouldn't hurt for iDubbbz to take some pride in his previous work for his fans' sake. I don't have much of an opinion on this, being that I wasn't really an iDubbbz fan or on the internet in general as a teenager. I was too busy getting laid and going to parties. But it sounds like Pegasus was a true fan back in the day, and he feels a little bit slighted about iDubbbz denouncing all of his old work and old fans, which I guess is fine or whatever, but I just feel like it belongs in a completely separate video from him talking about his ex-boxing coach and his wife, who he completely ignored in their time of need when they were asking him for help. Just kind of seems weird that he's addressing all of this stuff together. It kind of comes off like he might be trying to bury the lead a little bit. The last big thing I wanted to talk about in this video is iDubbbz's parting message to the H3 crew at the very end.
Now, to the crew of the H3 podcast, I have something important to say. I think you are all pieces of shit. All right, everyone, that is going to do it for this episode of iDubbbz Complains.
What, bro? Like, what did the H3 crew do to you? Like, I'm so confused. Why are you targeting them? AB fought in both of your Creator Clash events, was about to fight in a third. Lena was about to fight in the third. Literally, like, I don't understand. What is your beef with these people, and why are you calling them out specifically? Like, I get that you have beef with Ethan, but you literally didn't even say a word about Ethan this whole video, man. Like, Why target his crew specifically instead of him? Like, you almost had me in the part where you were talking about the Kino Casino guys making weird sexual comments, but it seems like you're lashing out on people that really don't deserve it, like your ex-boxing coach and his wife, and then the H3 crew. You literally provided no further context. You just said, fuck these people, by the way. Like, like, why? And then at the end, he plugs his stream, but let's be real, the only stream that we want to watch is GLGizmo over on Twitch.tv, also on YouTube, Kick, and TikTok. So basically anywhere that you watch your streams, stop on by, we'll be gaming. And if I don't see you in my stream, I'll definitely see you in my next video on Thursday. Alright, peace.